Congressman Matt Gaetz appears to be threatening Michael Cohen just one day before he is set to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee. Now, he tweeted the following, and this could be very problematic for him legally speaking. He said, "Hey, Michael Cohen, do your wife and father-in-law know about your girlfriends? Maybe tonight would be a good time for that chat. I wonder if she'll remain faithful when you're in prison. She's about to learn a lot." So that was the tweet. Now, again, remember, Michael Cohen is set to testify tomorrow. And so this tweet's timing is very significant. The threat here is very significant. And one could argue that there's witness tampering going on. Now, Walter Schaub, who was the former director of the Office of Government Ethics, did respond to tweets calling this into question. Was there a crime committed here? And what he tweeted was the following. This is actually what is written under the law. "Whoever knowingly uses intimidation, threatens or corruptly persuades another person or attempts to do so, or engages in misleading conduct toward another person with intent to influence, delay, or prevent the testimony of any person in an official proceeding shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both."
20 years, how awesome would it be to have Matt Gaetz locked up for 20 years? Lock him up, lock him up. Okay, look, he's in the elite because he's a congressman, so there'll be no consequences. We know that. If you did witness tampering like this, they'd call you a mafia thug and throw you in jail for a long time. Is it witness tampering? Definitely. Let me explain. If you're a Republican congressman and you want to have a gotcha moment with Michael Cohen, would you share that information ahead of time? No, you do it in the testimony. Now, you would get that information, you would either do it yourself, or if you're not on the committee, you would get it to a colleague, and you would not allow him time to prepare. And that way you'd get more glory, you'd have a better chance of catching him off guard, etc. It would be better strategy, and I don't think that anyone can dispute that. The only reason to say it ahead of his testimony is to intimidate him. So it's a total thug move. It reminds me of Suge Knight, and I feel like I'm giving Matt Gaetz too much credit, okay? But to say, oh yeah, you're gonna testify against my beloved Donald Trump, okay? By the way, about affairs that Donald Trump had that Michael Cohen paid hush money for. And you're talking about mistresses. Matt Gaetz, we're talking about mistresses. You claim that you're a family values guy. You support a scumbag who cheated on his wife over and over again while she was pregnant and had adult star mistresses. I don't mind that, but you claim you're terribly against it. Unless he's gonna give tax cuts to your rich friends and he's gonna hate the same color people you hate, Matt Gaetz.
What is Matt Gaetz doing right now? So are you flexing your muscle for Trump, hoping that he's gonna give you some sort of promotion, maybe accept you into his administration? Like, what are you doing?
No, with
it's
Matt
really
Gaetz,
pathetic.
no, look, we talk about political strategy all the time on the show, and what are people angling for? Why are they actually leaving the administration? Sometimes, how are they angling to get into the administration? No, in Matt Gaetz' case, I think he's a true brown shirt. So he likes authoritarian government. He likes how Donald Trump has ignored the rule of law over and over again. So whenever you need a political thug to go out on TV and to back Donald Trump, he wants to do it. Matt Gaetz is your guy. So he steps in there with fervor, with relish. And he's like, yeah, Michael Cohen, why don't we go after your family and show your wife the problems she's about to have when we tell her about your mistresses. You wanna testify? Go ahead and do it. You'd be perfect in a brown shirt, Matt Gaetz. So keep it real as to what you're doing. And if there was any justice in America, they would definitely charge him with witness tampering. There's no reason in the world you would reveal that before he testifies. No prosecutor in their right mind, no opponent in their right mind would reveal their strategy before the testimony. It makes no sense at all. There's only one reason you would say it ahead, to make sure he doesn't testify.
Well, reporters did manage to catch Representative Gaetz and ask him some questions about this. So let's hear what he has to say.
About his wife mentioning his father-in-law should be perceived as a threat?
Absolutely not. We're witness testing, not witness tampering. And when witnesses come before Congress, their truthfulness and veracity are in question, and we have the opportunity to test them. Listen, I don't threaten anybody. Michael Cohen threatens people. If you go back and look at the phone conversations he's had with reporters, I think he told one reporter that what he was going to do to him was effing disgusting. So Michael Cohen, by his own admission, is a PhD in threats and intimidation. All I'm doing is saying that if someone is going to come before the Congress and continue their stream of lies, that they ought to be prepared to set the four corners of those lies. Like, we already know that Michael Cohen lies to Congress. We already know that Michael Cohen lies to law enforcement. Now we're going to find out if Michael Cohen lies to his own family.
No, wait a minute. We're witness testing, right? So he's trying to make a point about how Michael Cohen is not to be trusted because he allegedly had affairs. Okay, so the person that you're standing up for, Gaetz, is Donald Trump. And the reason why this whole testimony is happening in the first place is because Donald Trump couldn't keep it in his pants, cheated on his wife several times, one time when she was pregnant with their son, and then paid those women hush money, right? So they would not speak out ahead of the general election. So you want to test that person?
Yeah, so let's two things out of that clip. One is, there is no such thing as witness testing.
Wow.
That sounds like, well, we're not doing torture. We're not doing kidnapping. We're doing extraordinary renditions. The renditions are extraordinary, right? Not torture, we're doing enhanced interrogations. We're not doing witness tampering, we're doing witness testing. You know when you do witness testing? When they're on the stand, not ahead of time. That's intimidation, almost by definition. And to his point about Michael Cohen threatening reporters is actually true. Michael Cohen was also a thug when he worked for Donald Trump, and he threatened those reporters on behalf of Donald Trump. So Matt Gaetz, you should be outraged at the lies that Michael Cohen told on behalf of Donald Trump, the journalists that he intimidated on behalf of Donald Trump. Oh, but you're not outraged by that. You love when he did that, when he was loyal to the authoritarian leader.
Oh my God, I mean, we're talking about a guy who campaigned as the law and order president. Look at all the people surrounding his campaign who are now facing either criminal investigations or have already been convicted of committing crimes. I mean, the latest include Roger Stone, right? You have Michael Cohen, who's gonna testify tomorrow, Paul Manafort, who's already been convicted. I mean,
Michael Flynn, and the list goes on and on.
Wow, okay, so
Papadopoulos.
There's more from Gaetz. I'm almost afraid to watch it. This is
okay. Here's another one from Trump's capo.
What are you suggesting Michael Cohen maybe did here?
Well, I think that as the president loves to say, we'll see. I think tomorrow's going to be an exciting day, and I think we're going to learn a lot about Michael Cohen.
Can you explain to us what you meant in that tweet?
I think my tweet speaks for itself.
What does that mean? I mean,
do you
have any insight onto Michael Cohen's relationships, or?
Well, I think you should tune in tomorrow to find out.
What do I'm very curious, what do his alleged affairs have anything to do with this case? Right, like you're dragging his family under the bus for your weird defense of Donald Trump, which could actually get you in trouble with the law if we actually had a real justice system in this country.
That's a great point by Anna. I mean, in the midst of all this, and it just happened, right? I forgot to ask that simple question you asked, which is, wait, if you're trying to prove that Michael Cohen is not telling the truth about how Donald Trump and he worked together to commit these crimes, how does this relate to that at all? So, and if the only way that it could possibly relate is to say, well, since he had mistresses, we can't trust them. But as we just explained, Donald Trump had mistresses. That's what started this mess in the first place. So that means you can't trust Donald Trump. But he thinks Donald Trump walks on water. He's like, no, he's almost as good as Mussolini. So Matt Gaetz, the fascist and the furious, out here doing the most clear witness tampering I've ever seen in my life. And so, look, one of the things we're gonna find out is if there's any justice at all in this country. If you did that in a case that was related to you, do you know how hard the prosecutors would come down on you? Before a witness testified against you or your mob leader or whatever criminal enterprise you were part of, you said, oh, well, I guess we're gonna get to find out about your mistresses. prosecutors would immediately charge you with witness tampering and obstruction of justice. All right, we'll find out. We'll find out if there's any justice at all. Matt Gaetz is an obvious thug. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.